Now, before I hit you with the whole hog, I think I do a little bit of foreplay to get you a little bit caught up with the story so I don't actually shock you with the words I'm about to say. So, I have a lot of friends who do OF. That's right, they do a lot of. They're having a fun time on that website. And a few of my friends take it one step to go plus ultra. They're just in person, going crazy, meeting people on Tinder. They're putting the slider up to 50 years age and plus. And then they're about 25 years of age, and they're going nuts just talking to older men who actually are lonely or desperate to have a bunch of money and don't want to spend all the time talking to women. So they use their money as a caveat and a catalyst to speak to younger women because to show their authority, because men love speaking to younger women for some odd reason to prove that they're stronger and better, and they still got it. They're a silver fox, and they can use their years and manipulation tactics to get younger women to get inside the bedroom with them. So these men are often called sugar daddies. They use all their money and wealth and all this little bit of gifts and exploitation to make sure the woman feels comfortable and safe, and the women are basically exploiting them, and they're happy getting exploited most of the time. But sometimes some guys are Splenda daddies. Now, Splenda is not sugar, but it tastes a little bit like sugar in some ways to people that are vegan or psychopaths. That's what I think, because Splenda is horrible. So these Splenda daddies actively don't get any play. As a matter of fact, maybe their Johnson doesn't work. Maybe they have prostate cancer. Maybe they need to put a shot in their leg so their thing gets hard for about 2 hours. That's a real phenomenon, by the way. They also have a pump you could possibly do. Happened to my father. He had prostate cancer. Can't even use his Johnson to get hard anymore. A little bit confusing, a little bit odd there. But outside of my family dynamics, let's talk about why I'm bringing this up. Because my friend has been hitting me up a lot recently saying, hey man, I got in some bit of trouble and I need some help, and can you please help me? Now, she's been a good friend to me. She's helped me out with a few situations, so I feel like I'd pay it forward and return the favor, and this is the greatest mistake I ever made in my entire life. So I decided to say, you know what? What's going on? What's happening? Tell me, elucidate me on the situation. She says, well, my sugar daddy is coming into town. Perfect. All right, sweet. You got diabetes or something? What's going on? What's happening? Is there some issue? And she says, you're so funny. No, it's, how do I describe it? I don't like him. I said, you don't like him? Then why are you taking money from him? What's going on? I know you probably don't like a lot of older men, but you put yourself in this situation. I really don't know how you're going to dig yourself out of this hole. This is going to mess you up. She said, no. This is something different. Something abstract, something amorous, something abstracting like Jax did in the Amazing Digital Circus finale. That's a spoiler, by the way. Boom, car just slipped, and it's been out for about, I don't know, 4 days. Figure it out. You can watch what you want to watch. Anyways, keep it going. As I was saying, I then proceed to see what the man looks like. I can grasp why she wouldn't like him. He looks like Baby Yoda and Jabba the Hutt put together. He looks insane. He looks like a mishmash of 70 different people. He looks like he needs to use money to get women, is what I would say. This man looks absolutely, that's what I gotta say. He looks ineffable. I don't even know a way to describe his face. He looks like Cthulhu, Cthulhu. This brother looks like Azathoth. He looks like H.P. Lovecraft's cat's name. Feels a little racist to say. He looks insane. He looks outstandingly strange. He looks like the back rooms all got condensed into a single point. He looks like he doesn't belong in this reality, if I could be so bold to say. And I know beauty is subjective, but sadly, my subjective opinion is completely objective in every capacity. So just know that for a fact. As I was saying, as I was minding my deliciously buttery black business, I look at this man and I look at her and I say, why'd you decide to do this? And she said he was an easy mark. Oh, an easy mark? You sound like a rogue in D&D. An easy mark? What are you, a thief? It's disgusting. So I say, well, what do you want me to do? Because I'm curious what you need me to do in this situation. She says, can you say that you're my boyfriend and you call me being a sugar daddy? I said, no, I'm not doing this whole extra plot. I'm not doing that. Let's just talk to him. Let's just have this conversation. Let's make it a lot easier. Let's say I'm your pimp. What? Nothing. I'm messing with you. Let's not do that. She said, no, that might work. I said, oh, I shouldn't have said that. It was a joke. It was a joke suggestion. I didn't think she'd take it seriously. And then she messaged him and says, well, my handler says that we can't really meet up because I have other people to talk to. And he says, don't worry, I'm patient. And I'm reading the Tinder messages. I'm like, oh, you can do this on Tinder? This could have got you banned. I'm confused now. Is Tinder allowing this? This is disgusting. You should be on WhatsApp figuring this out. Why are you on Tinder? You can get banned from Tinder. And she says, don't worry, I have 7 burner phones. It doesn't matter. I like to play things dangerously. You should be banned from doing this on Tinder. This is nuts. I got banned on Tinder for impersonating a celebrity. Did you know that? You know who I was impersonating? Me. Somebody reported me because they thought I wasn't me. I'm never getting over that. That was insane. Same with Hinge too. Oh my, it was crazy. It was nuts. Anyways, let's just keep it going. That was so stupid. I hate that so much. So I was like, wow, they just allow straight up just brothel work right on Tinder. Never mind. I'm not gonna slut shame. Just keep it pushing, keep it forward. As I was seeing, he said, I'll wait. She said, how long are you willing to wait for it? And he said, well, I'll be here for a month. Oh, there's no way you're gonna have clients for a month. You're not that hot. This is crazy. There's no way. That's not gonna happen. So you have to see him. And she says, well, what do I do? Do I have to sleep with him? What do I gotta do? And I say, well, ask him if his prostate works. And she says, what? Why would I ask that? This is an odd question. I said, ask him anyway. He says, no, my prostate doesn't work. Because she asked a question after a much mediation. He said, no, my prostate doesn't work. But I have a pump that I can use if you want to do something like that. But I just want to talk to you in person. She was all concerned for nothing. Wow, who would have thought that? And she said, nope, don't trust him. What? Don't trust him. He keeps sending me a picture of his open a-hole. Huh? He keeps sending me pictures of his open a-hole. I don't know why he keeps doing that. And so I just get goateed by this man just constantly over and over again. It's like 500 pictures, which is weird. Okay, this is the odd part, right? The pictures are through Snapchat and they're messaging each other on Tinder. Why not just message each other on Snapchat? It seems strange. I feel as though there's some disconnect here. Why do this organizational meeting? Why have all these different messaging apps? What's happening? What is going on? Why do this? What do you gain from doing all this extra side brouhaha? It doesn't make any sense. I'm just confused by what you're thinking you're actually accomplishing by any of this stuff. But I don't mean to pry. I don't mean to pry. I think I just got a notification of some sort. Don't know what just happened there. You guys heard that noise? That caught me for a loop. It was so loud. Louder for me because I hear it through 3 speakers. It felt like it was inside of my soul and ear. Golly, that wasn't your computer. That was mine. God, that was annoying. I'm not editing it out either. That just was a moment in history for all of us. We all got to feel that, experience that together. Wow. Anyways, enough of me just going on side tangents. She decides to go meet up with the man at the place in downtown Detroit called Cannell's. It's very nice. It's a very lovely bakery. It's beautiful. If you've never been to Cannell's, I recommend going to Cannell's. This is a little free advertisement for my favorite bakery in the entire city. So they meet up there, and I am sitting outside the window at the outside patio, making sure nothing crazy happens. She's texting me as the interaction is going on, explaining the interaction to me, because I'm just making sure she's safe. And I'm following them on one of those scooters as they go around throughout the entire thing. They're taking, what was it? They took the queue line, and I followed them on the scooter. I didn't want to seem like I was tearing them too hard. I feel as though that would be a little bit disrespectful considering he was just wanting to spend an evening with her. And she says, it was actually really nice, but he did say something a little bit odd. I said, what? He said he wanted me to peg him. I said, oh, go ahead and do that. And she says, what's that? I said, you've been doing this for how long? She says 3 years. I've never heard of pegging before. Oh, I see. I understand. I grasp it. Well, he's very interested in you being the top. You know, Beyblade, let it rip. He's just spinning inside of there. And she says, I beg your pardon. I said, don't beg anything from me. You don't got to beg anything from me. You just got to make sure you do what you got to do because he's looking to, you know, do something very specific with you. And so she says, oh, okay. So we go to Adam and Eve, which is a shop. And we go to Adam and Eve. We get some stuff ready for it. He sends her the money to get the stuff. And she didn't describe to me what happened. I'm lying. She said he was squealing like a pig. I feel like if I describe everything, I'm going to get demonetized. But I ended up getting a full, deep lore explanation. I got the background plot. I got the B plot, the C plot, the Q plot. I got every single side, every piece. I got every follicle of his foreskin ingrained inside of my mind. She took a video, showed me. He told her specifically, show it to all your friends to let them know how much of a disgusting little pay pig I am. It's a lot of stuff going on there. And I'm happy they're happy. I'm elated that they are jovial about this. It's so beautiful to see two people fulfill a need in each other that they didn't know each other had. A 72-year-old man and a 26-year-old woman just having the time of their lives, just having fun. And then that what life is about. Isn't that the beauty and joy of human existence? Isn't that what it means to be a person? To be here with us as a unit, as a collective, as a function. Isn't that what it's supposed to be? Isn't that just life? I get teary-eyed thinking about this entire situation because it scares the hell out of me. But it's so beautiful to know that they're just wildly in limerence, I imagine. Or in lust. Who knows? Wow, this world is so cooked. Very happy about that, though. That's very nice. Also, I gave you methods for free. Just letting you know you have methods now. That Tinder method does work. Have a lovely day or night wherever you're at. And I'm out. Peace. Bye.
I'm your Nick at night, be my Laura slow. Ooh, happy to try what you need. Your world, I love to live in it. Ooh, I love the ride when you're free.